Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Not sure where in the world everyone's from or everyone is. I see Honduras, Brazil, India, Nigeria, all over the world, Van Hackers everywhere. Welcome to another Van Hack webinar. This is actually going to be our biggest webinar. We have a ton of people here, so welcome from all corners of the world. Good to see you. For those of you who is the first time at our webinar, welcome. This is welcome to Van Hack. And for those of you who've been with us for a long, long time, thank you for hanging out with us, and we're hopefully going to help you get hired. A lot of great things to share. Basically, what we want to do in this webinar is just give you an insider look into all the jobs that we have. We have, I think, over 100 jobs now, and from many parts of the world, and we just want to share them with you, give you an idea, better information about what the job is, because we know sometimes the job description isn't the best. So before we could keep going and just get into it, I just want to make a quick check. Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? Is the audio working? If you could just type in the chat, yes, I will know that things are working and we can get started with our presentation from Amer and Guilherme, who are here from our team. Yes, okay, great. Awesome. Cool, guys. Thank you. One at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The chat. I've never seen the chat so crazy. This is amazing. All right. Well, without further ado, I'll introduce you guys to Amer. So Amer is our recruiter and head of the West Coast of Van Hack, West Coast of Canada. So he's got a lot of jobs for you in Western Canada, which is British Columbia, Alberta, and Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. And he's going to be sharing with those jobs with you and explaining more. So Amer, good to see you here, and I'll make your screen big. Boom. Yeah, so go ahead and I'll put myself on mute. And
I see a lot of familiar names. That's really cool. So hi to everyone. So, the first thing before I start sharing jobs and job links with you, I wanted to give you like a quick tip, because what do you do that makes the recruiter see, you're the good fit for the job or not? So the first step for you is to please read the job description carefully. So read the must-haves, specifically the must-haves. What I try to do with the jobs when I post is to have a little bit of detail around the soft skills, because sometimes the must-haves and the nice-to-haves, I don't find many of the soft skills there. Like I find presentation, communication, and so on, but not everything is there. So I try to picture or have an idea what the company is actually looking for in terms of personality, and not just the technical ability. And also, with the technical ability, this world keeps on changing and something new will happen as we speak. So, your resume should communicate your story. So don't just think of keywords, but try to explain when you're doing a job. So when you're listing your job experience, try to explain a little bit. You don't have to have like a full big paragraph, but just a little bit of, what is the platform about? What's the technology used? What's your role in it? So what exactly are you doing? Are you the only member doing front end, or you're a member of a team of 5 or 6 who are doing front end or back end or whatever? So that the employer can then see exactly what you're doing in your, past experiences as well as the current one. It will enable them, to see your experience, and it will make your chances to get an interview higher. The other thing is it's not about the number of jobs you apply for. It's the number of jobs where you're a great match. So, we look at somebody who's at least 80% matching, the must-haves. I mean, if you have all of the must-haves, it's ideal. Then it's just a matter of making your resume and profile look good and speak of your experience. And then you're almost guaranteed to get an interview. I get lots of questions from people who say, I applied to many jobs, but I don't hear, feedback, or I'm not getting interview. In many cases, some of the jobs would be that you're not a good match. And like you've applied for as many as you like. I mean, obviously you want to increase your chances. You want to apply for everything, but please read the job descriptions carefully. Make sure you're a good match. Make sure you actually want to do it as well. Because I've had people who were about to interview for something and then they realized they don't want to do the job because it's something they don't like Node, for example. I had somebody who discovered after applying and after being called on for an interview, they actually doesn't like Node, and the job needed Node, so he apologized. So without further ado, let me tell you what I have, like the jobs where I need more candidates. So the first one is for a senior quality assurance engineer. It's here in Vancouver. Let me just share the link with you. So this is a company here in Vancouver. They have a branch in California as well. They're into customization of products for healthy living. I can't tell you who they are yet until you're chosen for an interview. But what I can tell you is what's important is for somebody who has been involved in quality assurance, software testing, automation, someone who has attention to details, analytical mind, if you could spot a problem before the customer spots the problem, if you can fix it before it makes its way to production, that's what we want, that's what we're looking for. So this is the one which is about the quality assurance. Basically, we need somebody who has tested software on multiple platforms across all browsers, as well as testing APIs and the mobile platforms such as Android and iOS. The three jobs that I have for you today, all three need an excellent communicator. You don't have to be a native English speaker, but you have to be a communicator. So you have to be talkative. Accent is welcome, regardless where the accent comes from, but you have to be somebody who wants to, hear and be heard. Someone who's not afraid to talk and communicate. A lot of these companies would start the job remotely first. So it's very important for them to make sure that the person is, communicating both verbal and written communication. The next one is a good one as well. So let me share the link before. It's for full stack engineer. The back end is Ruby on Rails. The front end is React. So here's this job. Are you guys getting my... I don't want all the 400 to say yes. If somebody says yes, that's fine. Are you getting the links? Because the speed of things, like I don't see anything. By the time I look, it's up. So did you get any of the links? Yeah. I see people still saying hi. Links? Ilya, did you see the links?
Yeah, the links are there. Don't worry.
Perfect.
Yeah, if people say yes, the links will just go lower. Just scroll down, guys, for the links. And
I think there's a lot of joiners because we're nearly 500 now. We need a screenshot.
Yeah. I can broadcast them. I'll broadcast the links when you're talking about the job so everyone can see. Can you guys see I just broadcast the link in the chat? So it should be on the bottom of the chat. I just shared Shara's link. So I'll just do that for every time so people can just click on the broadcast message.
So this one is another great job. So to let you know, Ruby on Rails is really in high demand in Canada. And I think Guy is working on some Ruby on Rails jobs as well. So this specific one is someone who does Ruby on Rails on the back end and React and JavaScript on the front end. API and AWS experience is also key. Again, a great communicator. I would believe that almost all of you would fall within these brackets. Just make sure you do have real solid Ruby on Rails, and like they need the Ruby on Rails experience to be 4 to 5 years or more. So someone who's been working with it for some time, and about 2 years, React, and maybe a little bit more than 2 years JavaScript. So I think most of our Van hackers who are doing front end would know React and JavaScript for at least 2 years. So it's the Ruby component that's not as easy to find. And there will be a test. So, it's a straightforward thing. They'll do an interview. And then if they like you from the first, like half an hour quick interview, they'll do a technical interview. They'll give you a test and then they'll move on. So that's another one. The last one that I have, it hasn't been published yet. So I have another one coming up It will be published today. It's another full stack. The front end is JavaScript, not necessarily React or any of the frameworks, just JavaScript. And the back end is Python. So someone who has been doing Python and JavaScript for at least 4 years. And this one will be on the platform this evening. Then I do have another full stack job. Let me post the link here. So actually, I've got 3 full stack jobs and 1 quality assurance where I need you guys to apply for. So here's another full stack job here in Vancouver. Okay, and this one is also JavaScript and Node. So if you don't like Node, don't apply for it. So it's JavaScript, Node, AWS, and if you do have some design experience, that will be a plus point. So if you've done UI or UX before, that will be a plus point, but it's not a must. So that will be it for me now, and I'll be with you for a little bit of time, and I'll have to excuse myself because I've got a meeting in like 4:35, 4:40. It's like 4:20 now, so I'm here for a little bit of time. Thank you, guys.
Cool. Thanks, Amar. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions about those jobs, you can just message Amar in our Slack. This is his handle. I think it's still this in Slack. So just send him an email at amr@vanhack.com. And of course, apply for those jobs. So next up, Guilherme here. If you can just talk about the positions you have. Guilherme is working on our East Coast team, and he also has some jobs in the West Coast, I guess, too. Yeah, Guy, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. So today we have a lot of positions opened on mainly on East Canada with me, but as Ilya said, I also have on West Coast some positions, and many of them are the same, basically the same position. So, for example, Ruby on Rails, as Amar mentioned, we have a lot of positions for Ruby developers. Most of them are full stack engineers. Some of them is more focused on backend, etc. But I will start with 3 links. Let me see how. There you go. Okay, yeah. So 3 links that I just sent right now. We are talking about 3 different positions for DevOps. So it's 3 different clients, but the job description is basically the same. So the most important thing about these positions is that the clients are looking for someone who has previous experience as a developer. So they are looking for example, one of the clients is looking for someone who has experience with JavaScript in the past. And right now you are working as a DevOps. So this is important to notice because if you come from the infrastructure background, this is not going to work. If you are not really a strong developer and you don't have an experience, let's say at least 3 years in the past as a developer, the client is not going to invite you for an interview. Most of our DevOps position, my DevOps positions, that's what they are requesting, someone strong with development side, okay? And of course, all the technologies involving DevOps, like AWS, Ansible, Jenkins, Maven, Terraform, and so on. Language for the programming side, it will change from one job to another, from one client to another. But usually what we're talking about is pretty common Python. One client is JavaScript, and Java is also pretty common. Okay. Yeah, so next job that I would like to post is the Ruby position. I'm going to share one specific link with you all. But as you can see in our platform, we have a lot of Ruby positions. So I'm contacting many Rubies every day from our platform. As I said, someone who is full stack usually will have more opportunity to get an interview with our client because they are looking always for someone who can be open to work in both sides, front and back end. In the front end, usually what they're requesting is the new frameworks related to JavaScript, such as React, AngularJS, Vue.js. It's also pretty common nowadays. So if you are a Ruby on Rails who knows backend and front end, you should definitely apply in our positions. And of course, you must have at least a mid-senior level, because usually when our clients is bringing someone from overseas, they want someone ready to hit the ground running and giving good results in a short period of time. So if you have at least, I would say 3 to 4 years is the minimum for us to consider you for these Ruby positions, okay? Let's see what else I have a very specific position. I would like to share this, but I'm pretty sure that it's not going to work for most of you because I need someone who is in Canada. So you don't need to have the PR or the work and permit. If you are just in vacations in Canada and you are a technical project manager, just let me know, because this client in Toronto, they are desperately to hire a technical project manager. But because it's such a specific position, delicate position, they want to do the process face-to-face, on-site. So unfortunately, it's not open for who is not located in Canada. But if you are in Canada, especially in Toronto or Toronto area, and or you know someone who is a technical project manager and it is in Canada, please let me know, send me a Slack message, an email, and I'll be happy to evaluate your profile for this position. Basically, what we're looking for this technical project manager position is Java. You have to be strong in Java, and you must come from a development background. If you are only a project manager and you're not really good in the development side, it's not going to work. So this position, because it's a technical project manager, we need someone really strong on the development side. Okay. Hey, Ira, let me know when my time is up, because I have a lot of positions here to share.
No, let's. You're doing great, Guy, and I want to acknowledge some people on the chat here. Alexandra, you said you're in Toronto right now with the work permit, so definitely email us or get in touch with us in Slack to let us know who you are. And then maybe for this role, a lot of people seem to be wanting to fly to Canada just to interview. So maybe we can talk to the company about this. Gustavo said he'll be there on Friday, so I'm not sure if you'll be in Toronto on Friday, Gustavo, and if you work with Java, but if you are, then definitely let us know. Okay. And yeah, guys, we have a lot of jobs, so we'll keep going through them. I see people asking for PHP. We have PHP positions, etc. So yeah, just sit tight, and we have a lot more jobs coming in the next minutes here.
All right. So let me go forward, because now again, I have another very specific position. This is a very big client. They are a very robust client company in Canada. They probably have over 5,000 employees in Canada. And they have a lot of positions for who is really strong in C++ in general, okay? And then how we are going to select the specific C++ engineer. You should have some specific knowledge, for example, as a hardware system development, or if you have experience with performance and algorithms, building algorithms and evaluating and creating performance system. This is really good. Another specific point for them is prototyping. So if you have any kind of experience with C++ and embedded system related to prototyping, you may also be a good fit for this client. They are hiring a lot of engineers. So your chances to get an interview with them, your chances to be successful in the process is pretty high. They are a tough client. What I mean by saying that is the hiring process is really difficult, including coding challenge, RhackerRank, live coding challenge in interviews. So it's a long process, difficult process, but it's worth the chance because the company is amazing, a high-tech company in Canada. So yeah, this is a good opportunity. I'm going to share now 2 job positions at once because they are quite related. So usually what we have, it's a UX UI position, but right now one is specifically for someone who is stronger in UX, and another one is who is stronger in UI. So if we go to the UI position and take a look on the job description, we see that we need someone with less in SAS experience, React.js, JavaScript, CSS, and UI, of course. This client is really worried about if you are someone orientated about products. So if you have experience developing always orientated to product, you may be someone who will be successful with them. And one important point and requirement for this position is computer science bachelor fundamentals. So like data structures and algorithms, for example, is a big plus. And let me make a parenthesis here, which is really important. And usually we have problem with that. At least I'm having a lot of problem with that, with some process, which is candidates are not expecting questions, like not technical question necessarily, but theoretical questions related to what you learn in the college. So let's say you have a computer science bachelor degree and you're going to face some questions related to algorithms and data structures. This is really common to happen in interviews. So my recommendation for you is get prepared for that. Remember about topics that you learned, that you studied in college, because you will face this kind of question. This is really important to emphasize for you. Even though you're not going to use algorithms, let's say, or data structures in your day-by-day tasks, but the companies here, they want to know if you have this base or not, this base knowledge or not. So I have a lot of candidates like complaining, I don't know why the company asked me those questions. It's something that I had contact just in the college, and I have not using this anymore. But I mean, it's not up to us. I have a lot of candidates being rejected because of that, because they failed on that. But it's part of the process. It's like the company like to evaluate you. So if you really want to be successful and get this job, you gotta be prepared for that, you know? For example, I had a Ruby on Rails client. They are hiring like 10 Ruby on Rails developers. I have over 20 candidates in process there. And most of them usually is not successful because their second interview is a live coding challenge. And believe me, their coding challenge is related to database and algorithms. So if the candidate is not prepared for that, he or she will fail on that coding challenge. Okay. So yeah, an example about that is this position, this senior UI engineer. The client is asking you for computer science fundamentals. So you should not expect to go to the interview and have questions just about front-end development or just about UI development. You will also have some questions about things that you learned 5 years ago in college. Okay?
That's a good one, Guy. Because what happens normally, sometimes we jump into execution mode. Like a lot of developers just jump into writing code right away. Like, bang, I can solve this with code. But in doing that, sometimes you forget the bigger picture. It's like, why would you do it this way and not that way? Did you explore all the possible scenarios to address whatever needs to be done? And this is something that could come from either your work experience in a certain place or what you learned in university or at school. Like not necessarily coding, but in general, how would you approach certain things? And we cannot see your personality through your resume. And we don't want these things to be a surprise to you when you do the interview. So guys, also, before I go, because I'm about to sign off now, let me stress the importance of doing the mock interviews. I've seen this, like some of our great Van hackers apply for a job, we get a request for interview, and we send you the details and we ask you to book a mock interview with one of our success team. And then you don't book it. Like a lot of people think, hey, I've done a mock interview before for another job. I don't want to do another one for this job. And no, please use us, use our help. The mock interview prepares you for that specific job. And it's also our chance to give you some information which is not public. Like if we know something about that specific company, or if we know what the CTO there likes, or, things like that, these will be part of your preparation in the mock interview. So please do book the mock interview when you're asked to. Thank you. I'm going to have to sign off. Great to see everyone, guys, and good luck.
Thank you, Omar. Yeah, so just completing about that, we are getting more rigorous about this mock interview. Now we are calling screening interview, mainly because we are here to help you to succeed. So if you don't schedule the screening / mock interview, and especially if you do schedule but you do not prepare for what's going to happen on this mock interview, this is a waste of time for you, for our success team members, and also for the process in general, because it's a statistic and it's really clear. The candidates that prepare the best for the mock interview and consequently for the real interview, they are the ones getting hired and not getting rejected by the client. So because of these stats, we are getting tougher with the candidates. So if you are not going to prepare, I need you to decide if you want to, let's say, move in the process or not. So we need also your commitment. And we are here to help you to succeed. And that's why we dedicate 1 hour for each interview that you have with our clients. Okay? So, and the preparation for the mock interview basically is read about the company, read about what they do, read about their industry, read about their products, and try to connect your experience and your knowledge with what they do. Read about job description, understand what they're looking for, and always try to prepare a speech, an explanation about your profile, your professional experience and background related to what the company is looking for. So this will help you to succeed and to show why you're a good fit for that position or not. Okay. Another thing that will also help you now getting a step back, what will help you to get our attention. Our attention, I mean the recruiters at VanHack, is to have your VanHack resume, your VanHack profile completed. So a lot of time I see candidates applying, and when I open their profile, there's basically no infos. They do not give explanation about what are their responsibilities in the current and past jobs. When I try to open their attached resume that they have in the profile, the resume is too poor. There are not a lot of information for me to really evaluate if you're a good fit for this position or not. So you're basically not going to be selected for the position, or even selected to have an interview with me and with the recruiters at VanHack. Okay, so in the end, we are going to give preference for who has the English verified, the code test verified, the profile verified, and with the most informations and details about your profile in our platform. Okay, so do you want to move to Canada or to Europe? Please have your VanHack profile complete. Don't forget that our clients have direct access to our platform as well. So at any time, we can have one of our clients surfing in our platform, and this client can find you. If they do, they also want to see your complete profile. And if you have a complete profile, just like this, you can get an interview. Okay? So that's my message for you. It's like increasing in 100% your chances to get an opportunity. Okay, I think that I have 2 more jobs to share, and I will be done. One is a QA position, quality assurance engineer. So this position is for a mid-senior to senior level. It's a pretty common QA position. So API testing, QA automation, and QA manual experience in both, not just one. Unit testing, Selenium, agile methodology, SDLC practice. This is important. Not everyone knows that, maybe. So SDLC practice is important. My client is a startup. So if you have experience in startup, this is going to be a plus for you. And because of that, there is an observation that I would like to bring. Just like I said before, for the DevOps position, that my client would like to have someone with a development background. For this case, it's also the same. So if you come from the development side, if you have worked at least 1 year or 2 years as a developer, and then you became a quality assurance engineer, this is also going to be a plus for you. No specific language. It's only if you have those kind of experience, it's good. Let's make another parenthesis here. Why we usually ask for full stack developers? Why we ask for a DevOps, but someone who also knows development? Why we look for a QA engineer, but also who has experience with development? Because many of our clients are startups. That means the team is not so that big. We are talking about a team, a tech team between, I don't know, 10 to 30 people, 10 to 20 people. So our clients really want someone who is flexible, which means you are stronger in the back end. You are going to work in the back end. Okay. But we may also need you to do some job in the front end. Okay. So it's good for you to know other things. We want you to be specialized. That's right. But if you also know other things that can bring to the table and show to our clients that you can help them doing everything that they may need, if you have this kind of flexible profile, usually you will get better chances to succeed in the interview process with our clients who are, let's say, a startup. Okay, so this mindset, this open mindset, usually is really important in our process, and it's really important for you to show that during the interviews with the companies. Okay, so usually when I'm bringing someone to the interview with the client, I usually tell my candidates that, hey, have an open mindset. This is a small company, so they want you to be open to handle other things that may not be in your job description. Okay, so that's another good recommendation for you to succeed. My last position, it's a brand new job that we just got this week. Personally speaking, it's the first kind of job that I'm working here at VanHack, which is a machine learning position. Okay, so this company is also located in the east side of Canada. They are looking for someone who is a senior machine learning. If you also have experience with AI, artificial intelligence, this is a big plus. If you have experience with big data, data science, this is also a big plus. Okay, the technology involving are the usual technologies that are always involved in the machine learning position, such as Python and R programming language. If you also have Java and C++, this is also good. And the other technologies like cloud computing, AWS, Spark, TensorFlow, Apache, Redshift. These also technologies involving. So if you have at least 4 years of experience in machine learning, 3 years of experience in machine learning, you may be a good fit for this client. Okay, just no link, but I just would like to say that we are always looking for senior and really strong backend engineers. So if you are a Java engineer, if you are a Python engineer, we usually and pretty common we have positions for you. Just go to our platform, take a look on backend engineers positions. We have a bunch of them. Apply there, but before doing so, don't forget to have a complete VanHack profile. This is really important. Our day by day here, it's crazy. We basically do not have time to contact a candidate to tell them, hey, I liked your profile, can you update it? And then I need to wait 1, 2, or 3 days to have your profile updated. That's basically hard to happen. It's make our life and our client's life really difficult and slow. So have your VanHack profile updated, because if I see your profile completed and you are a good fit, it's just a matter of minutes. I will be sharing your profile with my client, period. Okay, I think that I'm done. Spoke too much, Ilya.
No worries. That was great, Guy. Thanks. I'm just gonna change the screen here. All right. So yeah, first off, how's everyone doing? Just checking in. Are you guys still okay? Still with us? Everything still okay? I know a lot of you guys are staying up late where you are, especially those of you in Africa and Asia. So thanks for staying up late with us here, and hopefully you found this helpful. Good to hear. Awesome. Great. Cool. So for the last portion of the webinar, I'm going to talk about our jobs in Europe. Yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. here for me as well in Europe where I am. And the first job that I'll share is the one I just shared here, which is a PHP position in Berlin. So I saw a lot of people asking for PHP positions, and we have one in Berlin that's hired, I think, about 3 Van Hackers already. And they, okay, Abdul, 247, 147 here for me. So you win. You win on that one. So Berlin is, or this company is in Berlin, and they are a startup in the email marketing space. So by Leonardo, we'll get you hired in Canada. Don't worry. So Berlin is an awesome city. I used to live there. And you don't need to speak German. Everyone in the company speaks English. And so, yeah, that's a good job if you're a PHP developer. They're hiring quite a bit of candidates there. Gets a good question. These are jobs for everyone. So I'll talk a little bit more about VanHack Premium in a bit, but anyone who wants to apply to these jobs can apply. The next job I'll share is actually many jobs together. It's all for the same company. This is one of the world's biggest gaming companies. So I'm just going to share a lot of links here. And they have offices in Sweden, Barcelona, and Berlin. And they're looking for C++ and Java developers. Thanks, Asiani. And yeah, for those of you who don't know, Asiani is a designer in Canada who just emailed me right before the webinar saying she got hired. So congrats, Asiani. I know you've been working really, really hard for that. It's good to see you after even you got hired coming to the webinar. So thank you for being here. And yeah, good stuff. Anyway, so you don't need to. I can't apply for the German job. Why not? Interesting. Is there a bug? So the point of this job, this company is one of the biggest gaming companies in the world. They have a lot of jobs. They're hiring basically as many good Java and C++ developers as they can find. So there's no, and you don't. It's all in English. There's no button. Interesting. Okay, well there's something wrong there. Yeah. Are you logged in? I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, we are just started working with this company, but they're really looking to hire as many good people as possible for C++ or Java. So if you work with C++ or Java and you're interested in games, if you have any interest in working in gaming, especially mobile games, this is a really great opportunity for you. So I would definitely apply to that one. Yeah, go VanHack. Thanks, Gaurav. Gaurav, I've been seeing you applying to a lot of jobs. So yeah, keep going, man. You have a big profile. And one thing I'll just quickly say as well is that I see a lot of VanHackers applying to a lot of jobs, and sometimes they don't get feedback. We're working really hard because there's a lot of jobs and a lot of VanHackers, and we're just trying to connect them as much as possible. And sometimes we don't always get back to you. So please just be patient with us. Fernando, I'm not sure what's up with your Slack. Maybe get in touch with after that. So yeah, guys, let's keep going here on the jobs. So one place that is actually hiring a lot of VanHackers is Malta. We've had 10 VanHackers relocate to Malta before. And so they're actually looking for a QA automation engineer. So this is a position with someone who actually can work with .NET and C# to work with testing, functional testing, and live in beautiful Malta, which is, for those of you who don't know, an island in the Mediterranean, located just south of Italy. Very beautiful, great food, very good cost of living, almost no tax you have to pay, and you can be anywhere in Europe in a few hours by flight. So yeah, check that job out if you are if you work with QA, and if you like .NET and C#. This is definitely a great job for you. So yeah, it's not exactly a .NET developer job, which I know a lot of people wanted to work with, but it is a good one. Okay, let's keep rocking. We have a lot of jobs here. Yeah, so the next job is at a company which is one of my favorites right now. It's one of the kind of really interesting messaging company based in Luxembourg. I'm actually here in Luxembourg. I've been living in Luxembourg for like about 5-6 months now, on and off in the last year. And this is a really great country. Alejandro, yes, it's all for the same company. This country, Luxembourg, is kind of like a really interesting location. I'll just talk about Luxembourg. I'll talk about the job. And so it's kind of like it's between France, Belgium, and Germany, and you're basically in the middle of Europe. It's super safe, super clean. close to everything, really easy transport, really international. It's actually a super, it's only 500,000 people here, but they have people from all over the world living here. So it's very multicultural. So I really like that. Anyway, this startup, it's one of the top startups here in Malta, and in Luxembourg, and they're looking for someone who can be a senior iOS or senior Android developer. They're actually hiring 10 developers for different roles. And it's because it's a mobile messaging app, they need really good iOS and Android developers. So if you are an iOS and Android developer, apply for this job. We'll automatically send you the coding test. They basically told us, Ilya, I need you to send me as many developers who've done coding tests as possible, and I'll find the best one. So you're guaranteed to at least get a coding test for this position. And they're probably going to hire. Someone actually. They told us that they liked today, and so they're really actively looking for people to join their team. Alejandro. Well, let's get you to Barcelona. Apply for the Java or C++ job there. And Marcelo, I'll be back next year for sure. Okay, we're just have a lot of things going on here in Canada and in Europe, so I won't be able to go to Brazil this year. And we're probably gonna have another recruiting fair in somewhere else other than Brazil right now, just diversify, and then we'll come back to Brazil probably in the second half of next year. I'm not sure exactly when. Okay, we have 5 minutes left. I think we're gonna go.
Hello. I think that we lost Ilya for a second. He might be back right away. Hello, Ilya, can you hear us?
I accidentally closed all the tabs, so I'm back. All right, cool. So yeah. So no, Pebertilli, no, this Luxembourg position has 10 jobs. It's one job with 10 positions. So if you're a .NET if you're an iOS or Android developer, we have jobs for you if you're fitted with this. So good to be back, guys. Yeah, Guillermo, don't worry. Guillermo's like, oh shit, now I have to talk. What am I gonna say? Don't worry. Okay, cool. So next one, same company. They use Cassandra as a database, and they really need. Are there any good Cassandra backend developers? So if you are a developer who works with Cassandra and Erlang, that would be amazing. This is like really needed right now. And if you're someone who can work with that, we can help. We do have data scientist positions, Igor and Guillermo. Maybe you can get in touch with Igor about the machine learning job in Toronto for data scientists. So yeah, anyone here work with Cassandra? If you do, please comment because we definitely want to talk to you. This company is really actively looking for someone who works with Cassandra and with Erlang. So yeah, please just comment there if you do. Cool. Ilya, a mini mustache. Yeah, I need to shave. Okay, cool.
Sorry to interrupt. I really forgot to talk about your position here that I'm going to post right now. Basically, it's a really senior Python full stack developer. At least 6 years of experience. Huge global company. Please do apply there. If you are a senior engineer or architect, Python full stack profile, 6+ years, I will definitely have your profile in front of my client.
Hey, Guillermo, you shared the link for the interview pipeline, not for the actual job.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me. Okay, I will share. 1 second.
Cool. Yeah. So this no apply button is the button is code PHP. That's funny. Yeah, guys. I don't know what's happening there. Just share that with our tech team, and we should get the apply button for jobs back in action. Cool. Ruben Bajos working with Cassandra. Awesome. So yeah, we'll get you just apply for that job, and we'll we'll get in touch with you for sure. Cool.
Just sent Python position and the link.
So if you're not, okay, so that might be a good point, Eduardo. If you're not logged in, then you probably can't apply for jobs. So log into the platform first, and we should probably have it where even if you're not logged in, you can click apply, it'll redirect you to sign up, and then once you've signed up, you can apply. So if that's the case, log in, and cool. Okay, let's keep the show on the road. Okay, Mike, that's good to know. Even though you're all logged in, we'll do the debugging for later. Thanks, guys. Nothing like a bunch of devs and QA people to help us improve our product. Thank you, guys. Okay, so again, iOS engineers, Erlang, and Cassandra developers for this job in Luxembourg. These guys are doing something really great with messaging, and they have some big investors. So yes, cool. Next position is also C++ position in Berlin. Here, this is for one of the most, I guess, one of the top kind of C++ companies in Germany, and they're hiring a lot, basically as many good C++ engineers as they can find. So if you guys like C++, this is a position for you. It's not easy to get this job. They only accept about 5% of applicants, but I figured I'd just share it. So yeah, cool. Let's keep moving here just with time. Okay, this job here, another job in Luxembourg, which is a job in Luxembourg which works with Java. So this is a position with Java and anyone who can work with Angular 2+. So, and especially for people who are in close to the CE, close to the European time zone. So if you work if you're especially in Africa or Eastern Europe or anywhere in Europe, and you want to move to Luxembourg, then first work remotely and then move to Luxembourg. This position here would be really great. So yeah, I recommend you apply, and we're actively looking for good candidates there. Yes, okay, almost done, guys. Just a few more positions, and then I would happily answer any of your questions about anything related to relocating to anywhere. Okay, next position is as well, again, Ruby on Rails. This time it is in, I believe, this one is in Eindhoven in the Netherlands. So the Netherlands have a lot of tech jobs, and Eindhoven is kind of one of the up and coming tech hubs in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands and Holland. And this position is looking for someone to be a senior Ruby developer in the company. They work in the education space. So if you like education and Ruby on Rails in beautiful Holland, then definitely apply for this position. They've got, they're hiring some good people there. Marcio, C++, no, you don't need to have game developing experience. You just need to be good at C++ for these roles. Okay, and a few more jobs here. Actually, I think we're the last one. So this role is, I think, going to be good for everyone from Brazil, because it is a role that is looking for Elixir. And I know Elixir was developed by a Brazilian, was created by a Brazilian developer. So if you are working with Elixir or Phoenix, then you would be a perfect fit for this position. It's in Copenhagen, in Denmark. It is, I think, officially the happiest country in the world, from what I saw. So very, good country. And if you work with Elixir, or if you know anyone who works with Elixir, please share this job with them, because they're really looking for. So Davey, looks like you look like Ruby and Elixir. So Ruby, like for this role, is good, but Elixir is really the main key language that they're looking to work with. So Davey, apply for the job, get in touch with us, and we will help you out. Okay, guys, that's kind of it right now. We're at just a little over an hour in the webinar, and I'm just basically now going to answer any questions for the next 10 to 15 minutes. It is 2 in the morning here, so I need to get some sleep. But as you guys can see, we have a lot of roles. I know we don't have a job for every single person. As much as we were working hard, as you guys can see in the Slack groups, we're posting jobs like every day. And so, if you don't get a job or you don't see a job that matches your skills, then maybe, just wait a few weeks and you'll probably see one, just because we have so many positions. We send out email notifications. And as Guilherme and Amr said, make sure you have a good VanHack profile. Make sure you go to the mock interviews, and for sure we can help. Thiago, yeah, for sure. We do have a discount for VanHack Premium. So we actually have a VanHack Premium sale happening right now. If you want to join VanHack Premium and get help with your English, join. You can go on this link and use code GET hired, and you get $20 off every month for the monthly subscription. So it'll be only $45 instead of $65. It's Canadian dollars, not US dollars, so cheaper. And you get 32 hours of English practice. So think about that. If you know how many dollars per hour of English practice that is, it's a pretty good ratio. How can you upload your CV? You can go to your VanHack profile and click. We'll click the button where it says CV. So yeah, there's a place here for resume. Just put your resume there in the bottom of your VanHack profile, and that's where you can do. And also run the wizard to parse your CV. You can even we now have a parser, so you can just upload your resume and parse it to your platform. Okay, guys. So now, questions. How do I schedule a mock interview? Well, Faith, you'll get a mock interview after you get an interview. So if you have an interview with one of the VanHack companies, we will get in touch with you and schedule a mock interview with you. Thanks, Barbara. I'm glad you're enjoying VanHack Premium. How do I have my profile with code verified? We don't do code verification anymore, and we are going to remove that from your profile, so don't worry about it. It's only English, and then we will probably bring in some kind of coding verification again, so don't worry about that for right now. I saw someone ask me if we have helped VanHackers get hired from India. I believe we've helped 3, 2 to Canada and 1 to Malta, and I think we're going to have 1 more this week, so be 4 people from India, actually, and then also there was another one, Guy, that you helped get hired. So that might be 5 VanHackers. So 3 now, and then 2 more soon. So a lot of really good developers in India. Yeah, exactly. Cool. The mock interview is not a premium service, Mike. The mock interview is for people who have gotten an interview with us, and we do a mock interview really to screen you, to make sure you're ready for the job, and also to help you prepare yourself to get better. How long does the process usually take? Bruno, it could take as fast as a day, or as much as several years. We've had VanHackers who are preparing to relocate to different cities or different places for 5-10 years, improving their English, saving money, and getting tech skills, etc. We've had other VanHackers who have applied for jobs, and in a week they get hired. It really depends on you and your situation and your skills. Yeah, Yogesh will be in touch for sure about the QA position. Cool, I'm glad you like it. Yes, so we have a question here from Jersiani. Hoping I'm saying your name right. Yes, all our jobs sponsor a work visa. So all the jobs that we have, specifically the difference between VanHack and Indeed or LinkedIn or Monster, all those other job boards out there, is that all our jobs are specifically sponsoring work visas. Some are remote, but most of them are just sponsoring, are just like relocation. So you apply for the job and you move to the new city that you want to move to. So if you want to move to Vancouver, if you want to move to Toronto, if you want to move to Berlin, if you want to move to Amsterdam, if you want to move somewhere else in the world, of all the different cities that we have, Copenhagen, I just shared, Berlin, etc. We can help you do that with all the different jobs that we have. So the visa sponsor, usually you get the work permit before you arrive, and there's no minimum time for you to be there in order for it to work. Pebertelli, yes, Australia is definitely on the plans, in the works, and on the roadmap. Lays, I will speak slower. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Speak more slowly. That's right. Hi, Lucas. No problem, Alexander. Does Kaggle score count as data science experience? That really depends on the company, Oscar. I don't see why it wouldn't, but it really depends on them. Austria, Vienna, we don't have jobs in Vienna right now, but I know there are many jobs in Vienna, so just apply there. How often do you have managers, lead positions? So Lucas, most of the time it's not managers that we're looking for, it's developers. So if you can be a developer and a manager at the same time, then yes, but not just like a pure manager. You have to be technical and know how to code, or at least be working in coding recently. Akil, no, we don't do digital marketing positions. It's mostly developers and designers. Okay, a few more questions here. Chikuleu, I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it possible to organize VanHack recruiting in other countries? Yes, definitely, Chikuleu. We are planning a recruiting fair in another country. Right now, we're thinking either Nigeria or India, sometime early 2019. I'm not sure where we should do it, but we're going to decide in the next few weeks probably, and then start promoting that for the country that we go to. Maybe we go to both. I'm not sure, but yeah, India or Nigeria. I'm not sure. We'll see. Oracle developer and Hiki. There's just not many jobs in Canada for Oracle developers. Yeah, Sayum, you guys are. That's funny. Yeah, maybe we can have a vote in Slack. Where should we do it? Nigeria, India. We can see. Thanks, Asiani. I appreciate that. Okay, verifying your VanHack profile. Ooh, this is something we should finish up with these last couple things. One thing, how do you verify your VanHack profile? Easy. You just book an English call on this link here that I'll share with you. Oh man, yeah, we should make it easier. It should be on our website. We'll have it on the website soon. Yes, here it is. So vanhack.com/English verification, and that is the link. Book your English verification call. Book your English verification call. If you haven't already, book it. It'll be a quick call. It'll be a small, simple English test, and we will, we will just make sure that you have the right English, and then from there we can get you in front of companies. So book your English verification call. I'm going to put the link in here again in case you guys missed it. And we don't send your resume to a company unless we've been verified. So make sure you verify. Renato got advanced by Influent. Well, it's fine. Both are good. Copy link address. Okay, here is the link address. And yes, your spouse gets a work visa as well. Pebertelli. Marlon, good strategy to study game development in Vancouver. Yes, if you want to go there for 3 months, visit some companies, try face-to-face interviews, I definitely think that's a good strategy. If you have the money and the time, I would do it if it's something you're serious about. Be prepared for it not to happen and kind of go into it seeing, okay, I'm going to take this risk. I'm going to do everything I can, work super hard, network, go to meetups, etc. Yeah. We do have a lot of React jobs, actually, Seun. So I agree, we need more, but we definitely have a lot of React positions. We just got too many of them on this webinar, but we have some good React positions, definitely. Okay. All right, guys, 3 more minutes. Last thing I'll talk about is our VanHack Leap program or event. So for those of you who don't know, we are doing an event in a recruiting fair in Calgary, Waterloo, and Toronto, Canada, where we will be flying 20 or maybe more developers who are women to these cities. We'll be covering their airfare for them to fly to the city and get connected and do a recruiting fair in person with companies. So here's the link again. It is a free flight to Canada if you are selected. So if you know any great developers who are women, we really want to focus on women because last time we did this, it was only guys. So this time we thought it'd be good to do ladies. And yeah, so we're just now finishing up the selection process. You have until September 15th to finish your application. And so if you are a female and woman and you want to get this opportunity, apply. And I would encourage you to apply no matter what, because even if you don't get selected, you will be your profile will be shared with all the companies anyways. So even if you don't go to Canada, you will get a higher chance of you being shown to companies in Canada. For example, we have a developer from Romania that's going to have an interview with a company in Toronto because she applied to Leap. We found her profile, we sent it to the company. She hasn't gone to Canada yet, but maybe she'll get a job even before that. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, Sheikh Hassi. I really appreciate that. And yeah, mock interviews are not a premium feature. We have two different kind of interview products. Mock interviews are for people who have interviews and with VanHack companies that we prepare you for the interview. And then also there are VanHack premium interview class positions. Geez, I'm reading. VanHack interview premium, VanHack premium interview classes. Cool. Okay, guys, last minute here. I guess I'll just say that we are now, I don't know, for those who don't know, who haven't seen, we've gotten to over 500 hires now. You can see all of our hires here. We are constantly adding more. Daniel, we do have Node and Vue.js positions. Just need to check the job board. Lucas, we do not have hardware. We do not have Delphi. Yeah. Okay, guys, Bruno, Sydney, Lays, Jose, Vinicius, Lucas, everybody here, thank you so much. This has been the biggest webinar we've ever done. We had over 500 VanHackers here, so thank you. Marco, how many VanHackers get a job per month with your assistance? Good question. Let me tell you the exact answer and then we can finish. So if you can see, we've done 522 hires since we started in 2015. The first year we did 7 hires in the first year. And then the second year we did 98, so it was good. And then the third year we've done 202, and now we're in our 4th year and we've done 217 already, and we have big goals. We want to get to at least 300 or more than 300 by the end of the year. So 217 divided by, I guess, it's been 8 months, so we get about 27 hires a month on average. So yeah, almost a hire a day, I guess, which is pretty cool. I never thought about it that way. So there's a VanHacker hired every day, almost. And we'll probably soon have more than one a day, maybe one an hour. We'll see, one a minute in the future, who knows. Cool, guys. All right, I know a lot of people here are sleeping. Marco, question here. Chance of getting hired less than 1%. You can't look at it that way. Like, you know, how many people in the world are looking to relocate and get a job abroad? Probably hundreds of thousands. Definitely hundreds of thousands, because we have almost 200,000 people in VanHack. If you look at the world, they're like, oh my God, it's only 1% of people that are going to get hired. Don't think about it that way, like, because then you're just going to be like thinking it's impossible. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you can do to improve yourself, your profile, your skills, you know, your English, your technical skills, the way you prepare, things you study, your homework on the city you want to move to, and then you know good things will happen. So that's the way I would look at it. And yeah, so I mean, I would say, like, right now, if you're looking for a job, here's a Slack link. If you're looking for a job abroad, like, my thinking is, and kind of the reason why we have VanHack is that it's really hard to do, and we're trying to make that easier. And yeah, hopefully we have for you, and we'll help as many people as we can. Cool, guys. And I hope you have fun. I'm seeing a lot of comments here. Thank you for all the positivity. Thank you guys for staying up late in India and Africa and all over the world as well. And we'll see you next time on the VanHack webinars. We'll upload this link on YouTube. Please, okay, last thing. If VanHack has helped you in any way, please tell your friends. Please, please, please tell your friends. This will be the best way for us to grow. You know, advertising is great, but really the best thing is if you are, you know, you had some value from VanHack, just tell your friends, and that will really help us, because some people think we're a scam. Not many people know about us, so I appreciate your help. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.